He's out with a new memoir. It's called Grit, Spit, and Never Quit, a Marine's Guide to Comedy and Life. It takes us behind the laughs. It tells the story of Riggle's more than 20 years of military service and how it impacted his journey into Hollywood. Rob Riggle, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah,
happy Veterans Day. And your service was no joke. I mean, you're into Afghanistan 89 days after the towers fell. This is for real.
Yeah, it was. I think that's one of the reasons we have a Marine Corps and reserves. Because when the trouble happens, you want to be able to have people ready to go.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, well, first of all, we should talk about the title, Grit, Spit, and Never Quit. Not an official motto.
Right.
But I like it, Tony.
It does work. Talk about why it works for you and what it says, what the motto, what the message is.
Well, I guess the overall thing is, my journey required a lot of resilience, as most people's journeys do.
Right.
So I think that's kind of what it's getting at. It's just talking about there is no secret to success. There is no. That's the secret. There is no secret. It just takes discipline and consistency. You have to have a clear vision of what you want, and you got to keep going no matter how many times you hear no.
Yeah.
You say that the comedic mind never goes away no matter what is happening in your life.
Yeah.
No matter what, even today.
Even today, yeah.
Even as a tough Marine, it just never goes away.
It shouldn't. I think most comedians can't help themselves in any situation. That's why you hear a lot of gallows humor and a lot of things like that. It lets some of the steam out of the moment. Sometimes that's exactly what's needed.
So you're a party guy in college, although no to your children. Not really. You study hard.
I was studying hard, very hard.
Right?
It's not my fault the bar was named the library.
Yeah. There's a bar, actually, at Georgia Tech that's called the library. You know that one?
Exactly.
Very But in the middle of all of that, you connect with military history, your family's history of service, and you decide to join the Marines. How does the comedy come out of the Marines? Because most people think the joking's over at that point.
They don't think the Marines are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because some of the funniest guys I ever met in my life were in the Marine Corps. But there is no direct link, by the way. There is no Marines funny. Obviously, there's a direct connection. No, not at all. Yeah. They're very different lanes. But I think I just grew up with funny people in my life. My sister, my parents, my friends. We were all funny. We were all laughing. We were all enjoying each other. We were all making fun of things, cracking wise about things. I don't think that goes away from you.
Yeah.
I think it's a perspective and a mindset you have when you look at the world. So when I became a Marine, that mindset and the way I view the world doesn't change. You don't become robotic. You just are wearing a hat, the Marine Corps hat, and you do that job, but you should also bring your humanity to it.
You weren't as passionate about it as you thought you were, right? So then you decided to do the comedy at night. How did the discipline, the
I think
facing...
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was more scared. Yeah,
Of what? Of what?
Failure, failure, being vulnerable. I didn't realize it, I was flying planes, doing barrel rolls, loops. I could charge a hill with a machine gun. I could sleep outside. I could march 20 miles. I could do all these things, and no problem. Getting on a stage for 5 minutes and trying to make people laugh in New York City absolutely terrified me. I didn't realize it because you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you really expose yourself, and you're putting yourself out on a limb. And that kind of fear is totally different than the physical fear.
And New Yorkers are so gentle.
It's
New York audience, they're so gentle.
But I do love a New York audience because they are very savvy. They're very comedically savvy.
That is true.
And they're a great audience. Like, if you're doing well, they'll give it to you.
They're truth tellers.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. And they let you also know when you need to work on it.
Yeah, and it's a great place to sharpen your tools.
Yes.
If you're a comedian. You write about this inner drill sergeant in your head that... how can I say this, forcefully kind of guides you through life. Like, what type of things do you hear? And I actually love this because we all need that person inside of us to really call us out on our you-know-what.
Well, I call it my inner drill sergeant. I know you're an athlete. You call it your coach, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Your own personal coach. Because you do have to have those conversations with yourself.
Yeah.
There's great, if you're lucky enough to have someone external in your life who's coaching you, helping you, encouraging you, pushing you beyond your limits, that's great. But we don't always have that.
That's true.
And that external coach is not always around So you got to be able to coach yourself. You got to be able to have an honest conversation with yourself.
Call yourself
You're
out.
making a serious point here, but when you say that, I just think about that Daily Show bit, which it turns out was your first bit I was reading in the book, where you're being the correspondent, you're screwing up, as I screw up frequently,
Yes.
and then you cut to yourself in the background, in the bathroom,
In the
giving yourself a
bathroom.
pep talk. You got this. Come on, man.
That was fun.
Come on, man.
And a lot of karate yells and a lot of screaming.
That's such an iconic moment. John loved it, and I still think
I was
about it today.
so lucky that John liked it, because it could have gone either way. We were in the edit bay, and I remember the field producer, Glenn Clements, and I were watching John was in front of us, and we were going, here it goes.
Because you genuinely screwed it up the first time. Like, you were actually
yeah,
fumbling.
I bungled. I got tongue-tied, like it happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I do it all
I
the time.
got tied up, and then we thought better of it. We thought, let's use it. Let's just make a little
this
bit out of
something.
it.
Yeah.
And so we did. We shot the whole thing. We put it in, and when John watched it, I think he was confused at first, but then he allowed it to play out.
Yep.
And then he loved it, and it was one of those very gratifying moments where you're like, I think I belong in this business.
There you go.
I think I can do this.
And here you are, still
Yeah,
doing it at
still
a high
doing it.
level.
Still doing it.
We appreciate you, man.
Pow! Rob Riggle.
Pow!
All right, thank you very much.
Gung-ho.
Appreciate it. Scan the QR code on your
Gung-ho.
screen. Get a copy of Rob's new book. It's called Grit, Spit, and Never Quit, a Marine's Guide to Comedy and Life. It's fantastic.